All right, collectors, today on the channel, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit controversial, but not too controversial. It's mostly about what are the things we hunted for? What are the things most looked for or most wanted in 2024? Now, keep that in mind, because that doesn't mean that these things were released in 2024. It's just the items that we had the most difficulty or fun trying to hunt down. To me, the hunt is fun. To some of you, it's kind of irritating. So I get it. Either way, I get it. You know, it's an expenditure, gas, time, resources. But to me, that's half the fun. Some individuals don't like that. That's why the pre-order's there. So anyways, let's talk about what items were and sometimes we don't like to admit it, but what are the most items we got scalped on, right? So I did a quantifiable, exhaustive, scientific look. No, I didn't. It's just from what I can remember, right? From what I think were the most, wanted items, most scalped items. I'll tell you what though, if you have your own list, put it in the comments below. Let me know what you think are the most scalped items. I'd like to know, or maybe there's one I missed. Throw it down there in the comments to see if, we actually did, look around for that one quite a bit. Let's start off with a few honorable mentions. It was funny because somebody in the comments had told me when I did my top 10 worst figures, I did an honorable mentions there. What I should have called it, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Titan. I don't specifically remember. It was one of the viewers. You should have called it the dishonorable awards. Anyways, honorable mentions go to, and I'll put a picture of the items here if I don't see them somewhere back there. Warbird. Warbird was one of those items that people were looking for that didn't necessarily find, but Warbird was one of those. I remember that. And here's this one that this could have been eliminated if they'd have done the right thing logistically, and that is anything having to do with the Deadpool Wolverine movie, and that includes the Logan, the Wolverine, and the actual Deadpool figure. Now, the good thing about that is that many of us already had a really good Deadpool figure, so we didn't really need to go get another one. But a lot of kids and a lot of people wanted a Deadpool figure, and they couldn't find it because apparently the logistics in distributing toys still eludes a lot of big box and toy distributors and manufacturers. It's something that it's just, I don't know, they just can't figure it out. They've only been doing it for 150 years, and they still can't figure it out. It's such a mystery. Anyways, the other thing that, what occurs to me though, the Sonic movie, they had those toys out pretty early. Why couldn't they do that? Maybe was it the manufacturer that coordinated with them? I don't know. Anyways, moving on from that. The other honorable mention was the Dragonfly. It just came out, but it's already getting scalped all over eBay hard. And like I've told you guys, my advice was to just wait till the hype and the newness of it wore off and the holidays went by. But like I said, I had a friend of mine who contacted me. I was able to get it relatively cheap, at price really. So at that point, I just couldn't hold off. I mean, at that point, it was a no-brainer just to go get it, right? So if you guys can find a deal during the holidays, go on ahead and do it. Like I always said, I can't be the networking toy hunter for everybody. I have a small group of friends that I trade with. So if you grow your own local network, your own group of friends to trade with, that's best. All right, moving on. The top 10 most wanted scalped figures. Starting off with, now I know, might be controversial. Number 10, Studio Series Prime. There was a lot of people looking for it. There was a lot of people who ended up giving up and just picking it up on eBay. I found, I think total in the end, I found about 3. No, I want to say 5. Yeah, I want to say about 5 because at one point there was a stack of 3 and then I found 2 individually. I only purchased the one and left the rest for the collectors, So although, that was one time when I went back and I thought to myself, wait, I had 30% off plus this, I could have got it for like 40 bucks. But you know what? I already have one. I just left it. I left it. So Studio Series Prime, number 10. Number 9, Controversial. Now remember, not just because it was released, but what was the most in 2024 wanted or scalped. And that is the Trigger action figure from Action Force, the original release. Now that one was going for crazy dollars up on eBay. I mean, what the heck is going on there? So much so that Bobby decided to re-release Trigger in a little bit of variation of the character color. Good for him. Good for us that he was down to re-release that figure, and good for the people that bought it originally, because he didn't actually release it in the same look and everything. It wasn't a clone. He tweaked it a little bit. So everybody got a Trigger at that point. Now prices came down a little bit lower. So Trigger Action Force, number 9. Number 8, I recently found. There's a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people can't find it. A lot of people upset. But this one is a very, very roll your dice. Now, everybody had a chance to buy this thing, but not everybody wanted to pay regular price, but people really did like it. I think this is one of those times where Hasbro priced it at one point, but it should have been a lot lower. So anyways, well, for the price that Ross is selling it. And that is, I found 2 of them and I picked 2 of them up, the Ross Thunder Machine. Lots of people still looking out for it. Lots of people still hoping to find it. I think you still got a chance. Ross is still stacking up the inventory. Keep your eyes peeled. With Ross, it's just a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to land where. You guys have seen the stores. People just throw stuff in there. I think they try to give each area a little bit of something, but it's a mishmash. It's a liquidation store, really. So anyways, number 7. In my mind, that was, I think I have it up here somewhere, Scarlet Spider back there somewhere, maybe not. Yeah, there he is. He's up there. You can't see. But yeah, Scarlet Spider. The one from, I'll put a picture of it right here. So anyway, Scarlet Spider from the retro release. Lots of people waiting for that one. Lots of people missed it the first time around. I'm just glad that it was reissued, and now Hasbro seems to be going back and reissuing a lot of those, because they're watching some of that secondary market, and they're saying we can undercut them and we can make a huge profit if we re-release that figure. I mean, I wondered why they hadn't been doing that sooner. It just makes money sense. Don't saturate the market, but provide enough of that product to where it's not necessarily that rare anymore, right? And then you can grab all the money. The only thing that's going to hurt is toy resellers and maybe some toy collectors who've been trying to do this for a profit. And you guys know my story on this. You guys know I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. You guys know you should never be collecting to make money off this stuff. This stuff is not, if you think you're going to be a millionaire collecting this stuff, you are horribly wrong. I mean, horribly wrong. The only people who really make a killing, not really even a killing off of this stuff, they just make a really good living, is like places like Dallas Vintage Toys or Toy Federation. I think, now Retro Madness I think tries, but I think they struggle a little. It's a tough business. And if you're not a professional dedicating 24/7 of your life to it, you're not going to make any money. So, just be careful investing in this stuff. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and that is for fun, for the hobby, for enjoyment, for laughs, for nostalgia. Where in there did I say for profit? Because you're not going to get any. All right, Scarlet Spider, number 7. Let's move on. Number 6, Nemesis Enforcer. It would have been higher on the list if they'd have done a better job with those doggone wings. I don't care if you think they didn't do a good job. To me, the wings needed to have looked like the wings on the freaking cartoon. Now, some of you, to some of y'all's credit, you've said, well, what are they supposed to do with the retro release? That's genius. If that was Hasbro's plan this whole time, that's genius. So I don't think they're going to do a retro release of Nemesis because they'd have to do a bigger box. But you never know. I would think you should do a retro release and that you could rake in some more money. That way you sold us the buck twice, and the only thing that you changed was the wings in the back. Genius. All right, number 5, the Carnage from Target, the exclusive Carnage. Art G was out there finding that thing at liquidation stores. I was out there struggling trying to find it. I eventually found a few, but so many people were out there trying to find it, and I think it was a numbskull move by Hasbro to release it as an exclusive with such a popular character. What a numbskull. And then all of the Targets were like, we can't sell it to you, we can't sell it to you, we can't. We're just gonna let it go to clearance, or let it go to liquidation stores. What? Just ignorance. I don't know what shenanigans these corporations are playing, but it's clearly no one is at the wheel. All right, moving on from that. That was number 5, was Carnage. Number 4, not necessarily a toy, not necessarily an action figure, the Ramen Racer. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year, that Ramen Racer was going for $700-800 online on eBay? What? That thing was just sweeping up the dollars, printing dollar bills. But yeah, it was heavily coveted, heavily sought after, and heavily scalped. Now, when I say scalped, I take it back, because if you wanted a Ramen Racer, you could have always bought a Ramen Racer, because he held the pre-orders open for a long time, 45 days, might have been longer than that. So if you wanted the ability to get one, you could have. So when I talk about like things that are scalpable, this wasn't one of them. If it's a made to order, or if it's like like one of these HasLabs, not possible to be scalped. So that's just my take on it. Your take can vary, but to me, you can't. All right. What was the other one? This was a huge one. What is it? Mid-June, July, when I went to that convention, it was huge. It was big. The Bone Collector. Y'all remember back in June, July, somewhere in that time frame, August, when that went down and Bobby came over here to DFW and he released the Bone Collector and the variant. Boy, those things were going, what, $500-600 if you got a variant. It was insane amount of money. One Bone Collector was $100, just a regular version. I bought a few and I gave a few away on the channel. So hey, that's more reason for you to subscribe, because sometimes I give away some of that stuff. So Bone Collector, especially the variant, the bloody variant. So number 3, that was number 3. All right, number 2. What could it be? And the number 2 is, I don't have one here with me. Oh yes, the much hullabalooed and sought after Tiger Paw. The Tiger Paw, so much gnashing of the teeth, so much wailing of the collector's hearts that, hey, why isn't this available? Why don't we have it to buy? People driving hundreds of miles just to pick one up. Just insanity. And now I've actually stumbled across more than I can buy, more than I want to buy. I'm just like, well, here's another one. Sometimes I just put it on the Instagram. It's like, hey, there's another one over here. And people run over there to pick it up or whatever. But you got lots of Tiger Paws out there now. Well, you did. I haven't seen any lately. So maybe they might be drying up. But yeah, at the beginning, lots of people wanted it. At first, people poo-pooed it. I never poo-pooed it because I wanted that wreckage figure. That wreckage figure is just great to me. I really like what they did with it. It just looks great. So the Tiger Paw, not so much. I actually customized one. Go check out that video. I customized mine to look better. It just looks better. I'm sorry. Neon green is not a thing. Or whatever, neon orange, whatever they used on it. Not a thing. All right. The number 1 most sought after and scalped and gnashed about and cried about and angry about and all kinds of craziness, I may have even made a video on it, was, that's right, Once a Man Cobra Commander. Boy, so many people at first was like, good, I don't need that stupid figure. That's a dumb, dopey figure. Who asked for that? That's part of the cartoon. I don't even care. Well, what ended up happening, right? So many people ended up wanting that Once a Man Cobra Commander. Thing kept selling out. And it was funny to me because Hasbro was just like playing, you know, that commercial where it's got like $1? Almost at it, almost. So to me, it reminded me of because it would go up. So it sold out the first run and it sold out the second run. And then every now and then it would come up online at like 2, 3 in the morning. And people were just sitting there, had to go to work tomorrow. Oh, Once a Man. Waking up at 2 in the morning to see if they got a shot at putting one in on pre-order. Ultimately, I think everybody who wanted one got one. They're back up in price now, but I mean, everybody had a chance, I think, to get one of those. But yeah, a lot of people were upset. A lot of people were mad. I think the limit was 5, and everybody was saying, why isn't it 3? It should be 3. So anyways, that was a little bit of a journey back through time. Maybe it was painful for you. Maybe it was funny. Maybe we were just having fun. To me, the hunt is fun. Half of this is just, trying to find my query, trying to find my target of opportunity to pick up those figures. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Why don't you leave it in the comments below as to what you think was the most, or maybe a figure I missed was the most wanted figures of 2024. Appreciate every single one of you. Hey, also, a couple of quick things. Don't forget, I will be at Metroplex, the Metroplex Toys Show, the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show here on December 28th. Don't forget to stop by, let's talk some toys, pick up a sticker, say hello, get a deal. No reasonably discounted offer will be refused, reasonably. And also, don't forget to enter the Christmas Bonanza giveaway, the G.I. Joe Christmas Bonanza giveaway. We got that going on. Go watch that video and do exactly what that video tells you to do. And what's the worst that can happen if you subscribe to my channel and keep coming back and we keep having fun? You can win $300 worth of toys and I get them sent to you. All right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate every single one of you. Special thanks, as always, to the members for their guidance, for their generosity, and just basic great input to continue bringing you great content. Remember, if you're doing this hobby and you're laughing along with me, having some fun, you're doing it right. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling it out.